What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chris. Welcome back to Game Chat. It's been a while. So today is the first episode of, I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet. I think Rambles, maybe Chris's Corner. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot more solo videos on Game Chat. Declan's been super busy, so I'm just gonna try to get some content out for you guys. So today's video is gonna be 5 Summer League players to watch. Now, most of these guys, well, 3 of them were draft picks, all later draft picks. Actually, sorry, 2 of them were later draft picks. 1 was undrafted. And then I have 2 players from last year that were rookies that are going to be sophomores playing in the Summer League this year. So without further ado, fire it up! All right, so our first player on the list here, as you see, hitting that corner 3 right there, Brandon Boston Jr., number 4 for the LA Clippers. Now, Brandon was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, went to Kentucky, didn't do much there, was a late pick in the draft, and he looked solid at certain points in last season. He's a good scorer, as you're seeing from some of these highlights. He dropped 27 on my Celtics. Now, this wasn't the Celtic team that was in the finals, of course. They still had Enes Kanter and were playing like just not players that were on the championship run. But discarding that, he played phenomenal. He was cooking. Look here, that 3 over Robert Williams with 2 guys basically switching on and off of him. And he's just an incredible scorer. I think he has all-star potential very soon. Declan does too. I know that for a fact. And I think he's going to blow up the Summer League and be incredible this year and maybe be one of the best players in Summer League this year. And yeah, I could see him getting expanded role this regular season with the Clippers and even being like a perfect bench player for like how Terrence Mann was a couple years ago. That bench scoring guy who can relieve Paul George and Kawhi Leonard of some minutes. Next player we are looking at is Gene Montero out of Overtime Elite. He is an undrafted player with a lot of promise who was picked up by the New York Knicks and will be playing for their Summer League group. And he's incredible. I mean, he's got that quick first step, that nice handle, the jump shot may need some work, but he has a nice form at least. And he's a great playmaker. He's quick, he's shifty, and I think he's going to be a really, really exciting player to watch. You're seeing him on your screen right now. He's that little point guard. I believe he's wearing number 1. And he's incredible. He's great in the pick and roll. He's great just drawing contact, getting to the line as you see him shooting free throws. That's nice form. And I think he's going to be great. Jalen Brunson is going to limit his minutes in the regular season when it comes to that, but I think in a couple years we're going to be looking back and thinking Gene Montero definitely should have been a top 25-30 pick. And I honestly, at the beginning of the year, I do remember him being projected sometimes as a lottery pick. And I think Overtime Elite may be some of the reason that he wasn't a lottery pick is that league didn't get as much viewership as they were expecting. But yeah, as you see, look at that pass right there. He's just great at finding the open man, and he's especially good against big men. So I think he'd be great with Julius Randle and guys like that in the pick and roll for the New York Knicks, and he's going to be great in the Summer League. Our next player is Nikola Jokic, not Nikola Jokic. I call this kid Joker 2.0. Look at that jump shot, just money every single time from deep. He's a 6'10" shooting guard, small forward, but honestly, the Heat will probably use him as a stretch 4/5. He's good at attacking the basket. He's good at battling for those rebounds. He's one of the only other guys other than another player coming up next who's actually played so far in the Summer League. He's had 2 shaky games, but of course that's expected, and we're not overreacting. This is Summer League, but he had a 25-point game against the Warriors. He was incredible. He dropped 25 on them. He was efficient doing it. He looked great, and he was the 27th overall pick. Some people had him going lottery, and I even thought he was going to be like a late 20s, early teens pick. And he just fell all the way to 27 to a team that's going to be able to develop him in Miami. He's going to be great. And I think in a couple years, we're going to be looking at him and thinking, wow, this is just a perfect guy next to Bam Adebayo. And the Heat found a diamond in the rough in the draft. Jovic was an overseas player from Serbia, same place of Nikola Jokic. And I think he's going to be a great player in the Summer League and eventually in the NBA. Next up here, we have Kennedy Chandler, number 0 on your screen for the Memphis Grizzlies. This kid was the 38th overall pick. I thought he was going to be a late 20s, early 30s pick because of his shiftiness, his athleticism, or not even athleticism, just his grit. And look, pokes it free right there. Pokes it free. He's a great all-around player. He can play make, defend. He's quick. He's fast. He has good slashing abilities. The jump shot could use some work, but look at that. Just littlest guy on the court at 6 feet tall doing that. It's incredible to watch. He's going to be a great player. He came out of Texas. He does a bit of everything, and he's going to be the perfect guy, I think, one day to be that Tyus Jones replacement. I believe Tyus Jones signed a 2-year, $30 million deal to return to the Grizzlies, but, you know, he could be moved at any time, especially if Chandler continues to show flashes. In his summer league debut, he had 8 points, 4 assists, and a block and a couple steals. He was incredible. He was all over the place in a Grizzlies win, and he's just a winning player, and he's one of those guys, like the other two guys the Grizzlies drafted, Jake Lavera and then David Rowdy, who are just winning players. And he's a perfect fit for the Grizzlies. He's going to be a great guy in the league one day. And yeah, look at this. Catches it, quick pass, throw it down. Incredible. And right here, littlest guy on the court. Watch what he does. Boom! Look at that athleticism. You can't teach that, and this kid is going to be incredible one day. Last but not least, we have Josh Primo. Now, other than Brandon Boston, most of the guys I've already talked about are going to be like role players / maybe 15 point per game scorers one day. But Josh Primo, this kid is a future superstar and at least a 5-time All-Star. I mean, he was the youngest player in the draft last year. He showed flashes towards the end of the season. The Spurs trading away DeJounte Murray for some draft equity and wanting to rebuild shows their faith in this kid. This kid is incredible. Look at that. Step back three. Boom. This kid has a perfect form. He's automatic from deep. He has incredible playmaking potential. He's a good slasher. He has potential to become a good defender, and he's growing. In this video, you're seeing he's about 6'4". Now he is listed at 6'6", 6'7", some even say. He's an incredible player. He's Canadian. He is honestly my favorite prospect in a while. There's so many comparisons to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in his game, the way he's able to create for his teammates. Look at this on the offensive glass, put back, lay in. Like, he's going to get so much run. He was drafted as a 2-guard like Shai was. Shai was drafted as a point guard but moved to the 2-guard. I think it's going to be the other way around for Josh. He was drafted as a 2-guard. I think he's going to be potentially starting at the 1, or at least having that starting point guard spot locked up by the end of the season. And look, this shows the absolute brilliancy in his playmaking here. He fakes on D-Rose to go for the lay and then kicks it to DeJounte. Incredible. This kid will be a future superstar, and he's definitely my #1 guy to watch in the Summer League. Thank you all for watching. See Rambles, Chris's Corner, whatever you want to call it. Drop it down below. If you've made it to this point, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Peace out, y'all.